people, my name is Greg Adega, the first to come with the GCON, the Grand Comedian of Nigeria. Today, you can see I'm so excited. I have with me one of Nigeria's finest and finest comedians. I have with me someone who is extremely loyal, who is dependable, and has always been there for me. I have on set with me one of the biggest builder of talents in Africa. He's done this, he's been there, he's reinvented himself. He has had ongoing the longest running comedy club in this part of the world. It gives me great pleasure to welcome the one and only Omobaba No.1. Fine boy. Number one. Hey, welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Great to be here. Nice ambience.
God is good.
God
is good.
There's nothing he cannot do.
Hey.
What God cannot do does not exist.
Tell me one thing from your childhood that prepared you for what you are doing today.
I think free will, where you don't get talked down when you make little mistakes. You're being corrected with cane, not that you're being corrected, and most importantly, keeping the family name. Good name. Keeping the family's good name. And I have people ahead of me that I watched growing up. Well, I'm the last of 5. So I see my elderly ones, taking the right steps. So, I have no reason to turn out bad.
How often have you been embarrassed?
By
people, by situations, by anything?
When I don't see a situation whereby I get embarrassed. Like I say, I make good things out of the bad. So the major one that I remember that is always in my head was when I got on the Night of 1,000 Laughs stage and somebody said, "Oh boy, you were loud." I forgot all my jokes at that point, and I came out and said, even though I still be fine boy.
Oh shit!
And that brought about the name Fine boy. Although from tender age, this is my regular song from my mom. Big boy Femo, fine. Fine boy Femo, big.
And now you're big, you're fine.
And I'm fine. It's just
I'm sure if you see that boy who shouted what
you don't even hear me.
So when you started comedy, did you ever think, like that song says, did you ever think you'd be this big?
I wanted to, for a very long time, the choice of what I studied in school, which is industrial relations and personnel management, is the kind of course that can make me work everywhere, anywhere. I see people wanting to become bankers, see people wanting to become lawyers, doctors, engineers. But I need something that can make me work in every sector.
But did you choose that course because they gave you, or because?
No, I picked that course because, like I said, I have elderly ones, so I was not misled. So I picked that course because I feel I want to do something around everything. And again, in my head, I have to go to school. But in my head, I knew that I would either end up to be a basketballer, probably a musician, but not a stand-up comedian. but I knew I was going to do sports or sing. Yeah, so I never to be a stand-up comedian or probably acting. But
you went to LASU?
Yes.
LASU.
Great school. Greatest go. Greatest gbagba. Greatest
big. And that's what I want to talk about. All the big gbagba. Were you ever gbagba?
It was that period that it was hot.
It was hot.
Everywhere. It was that hot period.
Was it hot for you?
It was not hot for me because of what I do, but I can remember vividly one day I went home with the mic. With the mic. I went home with the
When the
microphone.
big bag
When I saw the big bag, I was about to start. It was just at the point of introducing a popular Fuji musician to perform on the school field, and all of a sudden, everywhere turned to rainbow. I was seeing different colors. I ended up at home with the microphone.
But were you ever pressured by any of them to join?
No, apparently no. So I'm a friend to all.
You belong to nobody.
I belong to nobody. So I mean, you are doing well. You are doing good. They are proud of you that you are with them. You are part of them, and they know that what you are doing is not to mess up anything. It's just to have fun. So I mean, apparently they always come. I'm one of those that did not do any shows in the university, but for people like you, Steve Ono, your same year that was doing shows, they always come and say, come and give us our own share of the show, But I mean, we still had fun. I mean, I always behaved myself. I'm a quiet person. If I didn't tell you I was a comedian, you wouldn't know. So I'm a quiet person generally. I just move on.
Lasso has produced a lot of entertainers.
Yes.
Let me mention some of them.
For my very great
and tell me what they were like in school.
For my very great friend, though late now, but still with us, Sound Sultan. Very quiet, easygoing. I'm the bunch. To Jedi, to the Don. I mentioned Steve Ono, Too Short. I mean, the list is long. The list is very long. I mean, you see all these guys around.
But is there anything you learned?
Rugged man.
Is there anything you learned on campus that has helped you today?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that I see a lot of people not just doing schooling. So my coursemate owns a business center in school. Another coursemate owns a kitchen in school, a canteen, where she has her family running it and she's always there. I mean, I saw real hustle firsthand and learning to mind my business. I mean, those things have really helped. And I had great friends as well. People that will always show up for you anytime you need them to do so.
When was your breakthrough? When can you consider to be your breakthrough moment? When did you suddenly realize that, well, I'm in style?
So I've always been on TV. Kudos to Galaxy Television and the late Nicholas Anukanti. So I'm always going on university tours with Nicholas Anukanti when they have their shows. So it's always been broadcast on TV. But I needed to play the big league, which is Night of 1,000 Lives, which I've missed for 4 or 5 years. I don't know where the audition takes place. But thanks to you, you give me that information. Information is key, is powerful, and I'm always grateful for that, and I'll be forever grateful. So you told me the exact date, exact location, and time on that day, and I met you at on Nicholas's show, or Galaxy Dam Cell. So immediately I got that information. I knew I was prepared for it. It was not that I was going there to gamble. I knew I was going to get it. But how to get to the place where it's being held is what I don't know.
And those were the days that Night of 1,000 Laughs was.
No, I mean, that's the only comedy show.
And those CDs.
Yes. No, from VHS.
From VHS.
From VHS to CD.
Those things traveled. I'm not talking about Nigeria.
No, it's not Nigeria. It's international market.
Let me tell you a secret. Somebody in Ghana called me and said, then I had cut the Ghana Music Awards about 3 times. So Ghana said, instead of you going back and forth, why don't we just do something? I said, why don't you bring comedians and musicians from Nigeria? I will look for sponsors.
Yeah, in Ghana.
We do something like a Night of 1,000 Laughs. Yeah. And we'll share the gate.
I was on that platform. I remember myself as it does. When we
told you not to take off his
well, yeah, when he was saying that don't pull your shirt.
Don't pull your shirt.
That was the
The
first
first thing he did was that on stage.
so I remember that gig. I mean, it was in Ghana.
So we did quite a few. I learned my very first business lesson from that night of 1,000 laughs. A night of 1,001
laughs in
that
Ghana.
was what we called it. We didn't know there was. I didn't know there was anything called piracy then. But you know, this guy was brilliant enough not to.
So it metamorphosed to another level. I think they had that, and now they're now doing Lord of the Ribs, which is the one that Basketman started in Nigeria as well. So now they are doing Lord of the Ribs in Ghana as well. I mean, so it was a big moment. So immediately I got that to that audition. I was the only one selected as prepared for. That I know already. It was not a mistake. It was something that I prepared for. So and then I went home. I'm always on TV. I see some of my guys say, we saw you yesterday. So it was nothing to me. But I knew that not just performing at Night of 1,000 Laughs will give me the name, but if I can make it to the editing part of the CD,
if you can kill it,
let them just show me I'm okay.
Like Nice said, I have
more. So I didn't know that I didn't only made it to the CD, I made it to the front cover.
Yeah.
So only for me to get home one day and a grandma selling, not my grandma, a friend's grandma selling bread at the junction of my house. Say, Femi, I read lórí television. And I said, Mama Nibo, meaning where? He said, nínú CD, picture ẹ wà lórí television. Then I didn't get it. Only for one person to come home again and say, you're everywhere in the traffic. People, I can see your face. You, Ali Baba, Gandoki, Basketman. I said, okay, now I got it. Yes, this is what I wanted. Now, I'm not relaxed, but this is what I wanted. At least that recognition. Then that was the first time I started counting to say, okay, maybe let me say I started 2003.
Okay, so what did that change in your life?
Now people now get to believe in me that okay, I know what I want to do. It's not that I'm gambling anymore. You know, the feel is is a guy. He's just trying to see if it's going to work. I mean, I didn't start up doing that. I started up doing one-man drama, school drama, singing, having a band of my own, and having, some notable names playing in my band.
Why? Okay, let's talk about that, your band. What was it called? Who did you have in
So it's called Riverside Band. We do Afrobeat gospel. So we move from one church to another, praise night, we get invited. In fact, that is how I even started doing stand-up.
And you guys were making a lot of money.
No, it's church. It's not that people are making. Then it was, so a church that is going to give you something after administration.
How do you know?
You know through the pastor.
What would you say?
So if the pastor is going to give you something, he goes, nice ministration, not performance. Nice ministration. God bless you. God bless. Can we see at the office? You know that song.
Rain will fall.
I mean, the boys, the backup singers, they will be at least there will be something to transfer themselves back home. But when you see, you were wonderful, my brother. God bless.
Oh, God bless.
You see, there's difference between bless and bless. God bless. Forget. Nothing. Go bank up a day.
But so churches try, they will give you one ampa, juice.
I mean that's like later on during all those my own time going bank of a day. You are doing it for God. So the process of the band getting set, I would say one or two funny stories.
Okay.
So when people now walk up to me that we want you in our church, we want you to perform somewhere, and I tell them, this is what it takes. I'm coming with about 12 people. And this is what it takes to have. I say, no, That's much. Can only you come.
Only you.
Can only you come and say this story that you were saying before you started singing, Then I was like, okay, no problem. I will do that. It's just, but the major time that I know that I started doing it properly, making people laugh, was when we paid a particular MC in my church and he didn't show up. And somebody just said, Femi, can introduce, and when you introduce different choir to come and sing. It was a youth concert. So as I got there, I was introducing people. But for every last act, I pick out something funny about that, and I discovered that people are actually laughing. But the first joke that I know I did that was not mine, it was not televised, it was not everywhere, was by the late Mohammed Danjuma, which is one law bá ṣe rìn síwájú díẹ̀ wọ́n kọ́ àdé àdàmà ìdá àmà. So it was the Hausa man trying to sing Obe's song. I mean, so that's, then immediately somebody now came to me. It was a Saturday early afternoon. We started around 12 to end by 3. So the person said, I like that joke. I was not telling you that I heard it. I saw it somewhere. I heard it on TV. He said, it's perfect.
It's beautiful.
Then I now went to the mission house, which is just by the church. So there was a match, which is Nigeria and one other country playing. Then I saw the commentator running commentary, and here comes Okocha with the ball. So I was watching, and that's Mumuni Alao and Akinloye Oyebanji. So when I saw that, I said, this is funny, but I don't know how to, put it together. So on getting home, there was Premiership match. So I now heard the commentator again. So I just merged the two together. Then I added few in the view there's like the way they talk that people will know. I added it to that joke, and that gave me my first major big joke, which is the football commentary.
Let's take a break. Have you ever been in trouble with delivering a joke that went the wrong way? People can be very sensitive.
You have people always watching out for other people that they didn't send message.
Yes.
So it was the fine boy joke.
Okay.
And fine boy, so I mentioned the name of one former head of state. So the guy came to me and said, His Excellency will not like that or does not like that. He has heard about it and he asked me to do the needful. I said, what is the needful? So are you trying to say you don't want to listen to me? I said, you are already shouting. I only ask, what is the needful? I'm only cracking jokes. Yes, I mentioned names, but what is the needful? He said, you might have to follow me to my office. I said, which office? Where? In this Lagos? So I sat back, and I mean, it was like, I know what to say to die the issue, but I don't want this to continue. So I just sat back and I said, the person in question is one that even make stand-up industry blossom in Nigeria. Like he supported it. He supported.
And you told that joke in his presence.
And I told the joke in his presence.
He didn't say anything.
And nothing happened. So I mean, but later I modified it just for the sake of listening and trying to make amendments.
I'll say this in Yoruba. Omobaba No.1.
So I mean, that's not a big deal, because later on in the industry, and now because of great mentorship and learning on my own, I've discovered that I know what to say, where to say, and how to say it, so I'll never be in trouble for that.
The first major gig that you did, you paid a notable MC.
Yeah, it's you now. It's you now. I came for your show. It was your first show.
Oh.
So I knew I was going to be popular, so I wore bowler hat. and I didn't want to perform, but I came. It was Seun Loketri that collected money from my hand at the gate. So I paid.
That was at my comedy club.
Yes, your
Piccadilly.
No, not Piccadilly. Piccadilly was after on. You did Townhouse.
Oh, Townhouse.
Townhouse. So I paid. It was Sultan that even told me about the show.
Whoa.
Sultan performed on that day. Yeah. So I came, and that was when I started sifting out other
people's materials,
comedians saying, okay, I think I have a space in this industry. So I was used to going to shows, paying to enter and watch what they are doing, not necessarily wanting to perform. So I was watching.
Jacko was one of our MCs.
Yes, I saw everybody. So I paid. I came in, paid for the show and all that. And it was fine. It was great.
So why is it that you've not done your own show? You run the longest running and probably, in my estimation, one of the most professionally run comedy clubs in this part of the country. And let me just say this here and now. I commend you. I salute your courage.
Thank you.
I like the way you have evolved the comedy club culture. Is not the beer parlor.
No, not anymore.
And if you've not been there, I challenge you to look for it, be there, and you thank me later. I like the way you've done that. But why don't you do your own shows?
So, like I said, there's a missing gap in the stand-up industry, and the gap is getting the talent and going straight to the big stage. There's a missing link. And now, because of the comedy club culture, a lot of younger comedians know the do's and don'ts. And once they now get the opportunity to throw a bigger show, then you see that they've been training all the while. So, but there's nobody standing in that gap, which I think I've done and I'm still doing, and I will still continue to do. Then when I'm ready to now do a bigger one, it's going to, because comedy shows should not last more than 2 hours max, for my estimation. But because of the other things we attach to it, just to have, people to enjoy and all that, it not defeat the purpose of sitting down to laugh.
So we're having a comedy special soon.
Very soon. Very soon.
You heard it here first. Omobaba comedy special.
Very soon.
2 hours of fun, of excitement, and of proper comedy. So what's your poison? I know your poison.
Water.
I know your poison. So we'll take a water break and we'll be back.
This time around, and I don't do judo. We want to talk about comedians. Comedians. We want to talk about who? Comedians. I say, God, don't keep my brother.
Nah, fine boy.
God, don't my brother.
Nah, fine boy.
My brother from Nigeria, Bash, God. Okay. Omobaba No.1. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Okay. His poison is, and shall continue to be water.
Water.
That's Omobaba for you. That brings me to my next question. You are the only comedian I know who does not take alcohol, who does not smoke, but you have been the longest running hosts of Felabration. I don't understand.
So this year will make it 16th year.
16 years. So, or have you started smoking a boo behind me? What is the love of the shrine for you?
So
and how did you come about anchoring it?
now I always get baffled when people hear shrine and they are scared. Like, all they do there is smoke. So Femi does not smoke. Made does not smoke.
If Made smokes, I will beat him. I will beat him. He's practically my son, so I will beat him.
I'm not their spokesperson, but they don't. So I mean, for the good music, for the love of good music, where you have unplugged music. If you want to enjoy unplugged music in Nigeria, in Africa,
Shrine is a place
come
to
to
be.
the shrine. You know, and having coming year in, year out, I've seen people that will come as upcoming this year. The next year, they are the big names. And this is way from
Sheyi Vibes
to Patoranki to even Davido and the rest. You know, you just see them. Oh, they are looking for a platform at this moment. Next moment, they are the ones everybody is waiting for. So I mean, so having been the host for year in, year out, I've not been drinking, I've not been smoking even before celebration. And you know, you are scared to mention the third one. Whether
You don't womanize.
Whether I don't womanize, woman mananize me.
Okay. Omobaba Baba. Are you Fela's son?
Remember, I said I do music. I was singing Afrobeat gospel. So, so one man came to me after our administration, not performance. The man came to me and said, thank you, my son. You did well. I love you, the way you started. There was message in the song. Ṣé Omobaba lẹ́yìn náà in Yoruba? I was quick to answer. I said, yes. I thought he was referring to my father in church.
In church. Oh.
As an elder. So I said, thank God for your life. You are not like your brother, Sheon. I'm Femi. My sister's name is Sheon. My own name is Femi. So when he mentioned that, what's wrong? I say that Sheon will bring girls on stage. And they'll be shaking, bum. I said, oh, no, that is my dad I'm talking. I thought he's talking about my dad because a lot of people call him Baba. So I thought, I said, no, that, I mean, we are not even related. So I sat down, I said, Omobaba. So who is my father's father, my grandfather? Who is the father of my great-grandfather? Who is the one that gave birth to my father? Who is the greatest of all fathers? Which is God.
Baba.
So mine is Omobaba, which is son of God. So I just picked the name.
What's that one thing you
But a lot of people think it's from Baba Salah, Baba Suwe, Ali
Baba.
Yeah.
What's that one thing you learned from your parents that has kept you going?
Contentment and humility. You know, no matter how big my dad was or is, you won't even know. He is contented and he's humble.
You yab the man a lot.
I'm very, very kind.
You yab him a lot. Has he ever told you, guy, calm down now?
Anyway, I think I only have one joke that points to him. But anytime I see him, I don't do the joke. Anytime he's there, I won't do it.
Okay. Before I let you go, there's a quick game we have to do. It's called the GCON charade. I have a couple of questions there.
Okay.
I'll describe them to you and you give me the answer before the sandy hourglass runs out. So are you ready?
Let's play.
It's a GCON charade. It starts now. Okay. This man owns one of the biggest churches. Is somewhere in Nota.
Davido Ideko.
If you're a Yahoo boy, this is the car you must buy. Olomide has a song about it. Fantastic. Is the acclaimed godfather of comedy in Nigeria.
Ali Baba.
If you have not come to this place in Nigeria, you can't make it.
Lagos.
He has the name of a woman. He has a song that is living rent.
Ashake.
Fantastic. 5/5. 5/5. But the person who put this ones together likes you. So for being a good charada, 1 for the first question.
Thank you.
2 for the second question.
Thank you.
3.
Thank you.
4.
Thank you.
5.
Thank you.
Extra for being good.
I dedicate this sound. I like to dedicate this to all my fans.
Out there.
Thank you so much.
So, quick question: how do you handle women?
I mean, it's easy. It's easy.
Have you ever at a point in your life been a womanizer? At a point.
And they say so, but I don't see myself as that.
Gay.
Because once you just mention your name, thank God I'm not Femi, I'm Olufemi.
Femi.
Yeah, so because once they just hear Femi, your name, it's. But thank God that I'm Olufemi, so I'm not like that.
But all things have passed away.
It was never old. It was never old. And for those of you that are thinking you will comment, Holy Ghost fire will fire your finger. Don't comment anything.
Thank you so much, my brother, for all you do.
Thank you for having me.
Let me also put it on record that Omobaba is the longest running comedian on the Laugh Matters tour. I doubt if he has missed any. If he has, maybe one. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And when I'm looking for comedians, I go to his comedy club and steal a few of them. God bless you.
Thank you,
and
sir.
From my team,
yeah,
and my boss, Mr. Benga Deinka the first, because I'm the GCON.
Yes, this is your guy.
We have this small gift for you.
Thank you.
And I told them this is the picture we must use.
Fine boy. I really appreciate. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do for us as comedians. We appreciate you. You will live longer than you imagine. 80, 100, 120. When you're okay, let me know. Because I was you will be obviously you. Thank you.
Good health.
Yes, that's very important. We appreciate. Ní báyìí a ti wá sí ìparí ètò ẹ ṣé gan púpọ̀.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, it's been gisting with the GCON. You know what I say? It's better to jaw than to war. When you have tension in your body, when your blood pressure is rising, when you think the problems of the world will overwhelm you, calm down. Look for somebody to gist with. Gist, and you little here. See you some other time.